Video 3, Unit 6. Assalamu alaikum, my dear all students. Today I am going to discuss Unit number 6, My Mother. Let's discuss the objectives of this lesson today. Let's read it. Practice and use appropriate tone and non-verbal cues for different communicative functions. Respond to and ask simple questions with do and does. Let's start. Students, sometimes we need to express our feelings and emotions and these kinds of emotions using different body parts. We use different body parts, we involve different body parts to express our feelings and emotions towards other people. These use of emotions and feelings using these bodily parts is a form of non-verbal communication. What is this called? Yes, non-verbal communication. For example, if I'm not saying anything, but I am expressing your emotions on my face, like in a form of angry, like I'm feel like reading my nose and reading my cheeks, and I'm not saying anything, but my facial expressions shows that I am angry. So this is a form of non-verbal communication in which you express your feelings or emotions by using your body parts. Let's discuss. Here is some kinds of sentences written on the board. For example, number 1 statement, she was joking, like she is in a form like she joke with others in a way of expressing using their gestures. So what this form of expression, that is called joking. Then he was looking angry. By looking in the form of like this, using your facial expressions, show that she is angry. So what expression she showed? Angry. Now if somebody needs your attention and your consoling words, like when you are feeling someone feels you better when you are disappointed or when you have sad feelings, this kind of thing, I'm trying to console him. What is form of communication? That is called consoling. What this form of communication is called? Consoling. Yes. So students, these are the forms of non-verbal communications when we are speaking or listening. Both ways, either in a way to express it, either in a way to interpret it. We use both things. Now move to another important topic of this lesson is called phonics. How you pronounce it. Here on page number 63, you can see that there is given poem, and what you all need to do is to pronounce correctly. Before going to pronounce this poem, let's discuss what are the parts that need to be understood whenever you are reading any poem. What are the specific parts that we need to understand it? Number 1 is the stress. Every poem, some kind of a force, obviously when you are pronouncing any kind of a poem, there is some kind of a stress on specific words. What are these specific words that are important and that the poet finds important to explain others, to tell them others about their importance. Next part is the rhythm. Rhythm is the repeated patterns of the sounds that you can find in every poem. Every poet uses rhythms of the sounds. Now the last one is the intonation, is the rise and the fall of the voice whenever you're reading any kind of poem, whenever you're pronouncing any poem. So these three are the basic, obviously the basic parts whenever you are reading the poem. Now I'm going to pronounce this poem. Please listen it carefully. Rain, frostily, chilly, freezing, shivering, stinging. Freezing rain in the sky, boiling sun in the sky, blazing, burning, boiling, bright, hot, sun. Now what is this? Where the poet finds the stress? Obviously finds the stress on that is called the rain and the sun. And the rise and the fall, in which he describes about the rise in the sky and the boiling sun in the sky. And what are the rhythms? Frostly, freezing, shivering, blazing. These are the rhythms that the poet used in his poem. This poem is written by Jack Evers. Now move to, I hope now you understand it, how you can pronounce this poem. Now move to that one, the next important topic of this lesson, that is the use of do and does. Before going to the giving to the concept of do and does, and we need to solve this, first we need to understand the basic concepts where we can use do and where we can use does in a given sentence. For example, in front of you, do and does always used at the start of any sentence whenever you need to ask questions. First thing that is important. Now where we use do and does, let's do. Do is always used with kind of I, we, they, and you. And does is always used he, she, it. I hope you understand it. We always use do with these forms of verbs, and then we always use does with these forms of pronouns. Now what we need to do? We need to solve this given exercise. Here I already have written in a simple sentence, because it's just for your understanding that we will convert these simple sentences by using do and does. It's a great attempt and you will find it more interesting. You like ice cream. Now we already have a concept that we use do with you, as we already have discussed, I already have told you. So we use do you like ice cream and a question mark at the end of this sentence. She cleaned her room. We know that we use does with he, she, and it. So here is she. So we use does. She cleaned her room and a question mark at the end of this sentence. After that, here is a sentence that is he washed the car. We know that we use does with he, she, and it. Here is he. So does he wash the car? So in this way, we use do and does in a given sentence. Now answer the following questions. In your book, page number 64, there are some questions, and here is the answer, is a reply to that given, obviously, questions. Do you like to play daily? Here is the answer, yes, I like to play daily. Do you love your mother? Yes, I love my mother. This is a kind of a reply in terms of any question. Do you help others? Yes, I love to help others. So students, this is a kind of way to reply to any question. So today we have discussed about three main important things: how we can express our feelings using our gestures, that is called the non-verbal communication. Then we discussed about phonics, how we pronounce it, and the last one is the use of the do and does. Thank you very much.